Good morning, students. I am Mrs. Sonali and I am your chemistry teacher for class 8th. Okay, so we have started our chapter matter. Okay, so if you have not seen the last video, you can go in the YouTube St. Mary's Lofty at nagina.com and you can just look at the video, so the earlier concepts will be clear to you if you want to understand this concept clearly. Okay, so when we started this matter, I introduced you to what is matter. Okay, then matter is made up of tiny particles which are called molecules. Then we discussed about the space between the molecules, that is your intermolecular space. Okay, and the force between the two molecules that were known as intermolecular force. Okay, so these are the two things, intermolecular space and intermolecular force, that determines the difference in the states of matter. You all know, we have discussed it in the earlier YouTube video, that there are three states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, and in all the three there is some difference. So what causes that difference in the states of matter? The intermolecular force and the intermolecular space. Okay, these two things determines the difference between the states of matter. Then we discussed about the arrangement of molecules in solid, liquid and gaseous state, and at last we discussed about interconversion of states of matter, that is solid to liquid, melting, liquid to gaseous, that is vaporization, then gaseous to liquid, condensation, liquid to solid, freezing, solid directly to gaseous, that is your sublimation. So we discussed all this interconversion of states of matter, and the last one, it was the points. Okay, the constant temperatures. So the constant temperatures in which the solid melts into a liquid, that was termed as melting point. If you are talking about the constant temperature, okay, then point will come. Okay, so melting point. Then we discussed about the constant temperature at which a liquid starts freezing into a solid, so that was known as your freezing point. Okay, and we discussed about the melting point and freezing point of water, and that is your 0 degree Celsius, and the boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. Okay, so this was all about the last video, a quick revision of the chapter or the starting of the chapter, so that we can go ahead now. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the kinetic theory of matter. Today our first topic will be kinetic theory of matter. And this is a very important of this chapter. Important topic. Okay? Kinetic theory of matter. Kinetic theory of matter. Okay? So, the kinetic theory of matter has given some postulates about these states of matter or about the matter. Okay, so the first point, there are total 6 points. I am going to discuss all these 6 points and you have to just keep it in mind. Okay, if you will just watch this video and then revise it from your book, it will be clear to you. So the first point is that we have discussed in the earlier chapter. All these points we have discussed in the chapter. Okay, so first one is your all matter are made up of tiny particles. All matter are made up of tiny particles, and that is known as your molecules. Those tiny particles are known as molecules. Okay, so all the matter they are made up of tiny particles, and those tiny particles are termed as molecules. Okay, tiny particles are termed as molecules. This was your first point. Now your second point is about the solid state. Okay, so in solid states the particles are tightly held in their positions close to each other. What is your second point? It is about the solid state. This also we have discussed earlier in the chapter, earlier in the video. Okay, previous video. Okay, so the solid, the molecules in the solid, they are held in their positions closely to each other. But what is the main feature about it? You know, they are still in motion. They are held in their positions, but they are vibrating about their main positions. Okay, they are vibrating about their mean position. So the main feature which you have to keep in mind about the solid state, that is your, particles are vibrating about their mean positions. Okay, they are vibrating about their mean positions. This was about your solid state. The second one is your liquid state. Sorry, third point. Third point is your about liquid state. So in liquid state, the molecules are at a little bit distance from each other. They are at a little bit distance from each other, but the particles are in contact with each other. How? Because they are in motion and they are colliding among themselves. Okay, so the particles are a little bit at a far distance, but they are still in contact because they keep on colliding among each other. So they are in continuous motion. Okay, the particles are in continuous motion. In solid state, the particles are vibrating about their mean positions. But in liquid state, the particles are in continuous motion and they are colliding. How? They are colliding among themselves. Okay, so in liquid, what are the molecules doing? They are moving randomly and they are colliding among themselves. Okay, colliding among themselves, particles. Understood? Now, fourth point. Fourth point is about your third state of matter. Okay, so your third state is gaseous state of matter, and in gaseous state of matter, the molecules are at a farther distance from each other. They are not in contact with each other. First of all, they are at so far distance. They start colliding. They are in random motion, and after a while they will collide among themselves. Okay, so the particles are at a farther distance, much farther distance, like this. Okay, so the particles are at much farther distance and they are in continuous random motion. They will go here, they will go here, they will go here. They are in continuous random motion, but they always move in straight line. Okay, when they are in continuous motion, they are always moving in a straight line, and after a while, when they will collide among themselves or they will collide with the walls of the container. Okay, they will collide with the walls of the container, so they create a pressure. Okay, they create a pressure in the gas. So this is in your question also. So, like what develops the pressure of the gas? Okay, so what develops the pressure of the gas? Due to which factor the pressure of the gas develops? That is because the molecules are in continuous random motion and they collide among themselves, and then they collide with the walls of the container. So when they are colliding with the walls of the container, the pressure of the gas develops. This was your point about gaseous state of matter. इसमें से आपसे पूछा जाएगा what develops the pressure of the gas. So what develops the pressure of the gas? Pressure of the gas when the particles move in straight line in continuous random motion. After a while, they will collide among themselves, and then they will collide with the walls of the container. Okay, so when they will collide with the walls of the container, they will create a pressure. That is known as pressure of the gas. These were your 4 points. Clear? Now your fifth part is, you have studied it in physics also. Like if a particle is in a state of rest, okay, in its state of rest, the particles are consisting of their potential energy. Okay, but if they are in motion, if they are moving, then which energy they are possessing? That is your kinetic energy. Okay, that is your kinetic energy. Okay, so when the particles are in continuous motion, solids are vibrating about their mean positions, liquids are in continuous motion, then gases are in continuous random motion in straight lines. So due to this state of motion, the particles are constituting some energy. Okay, they are having some energy, and that energy is termed as kinetic energy of the particles, kinetic energy of the molecules. Okay, so the fifth point is about, let me rub it. Okay, so the fifth point is about the particles are having some energy. They are having some energy due to that is termed as your kinetic energy of the particle. This was your fifth point. Okay, this is your fifth point, that the particles are in continuous motion, and because of its state of motion they are possessing some energy, and that is known as your kinetic energy of the molecules. Okay, now comes your sixth point. Okay, sixth point of your kinetic theory states that this kinetic energy of the particle, before coming to the sixth point, let us discuss about the boiling of water. Okay, if you are keeping the water at a room temperature, okay, does it move? They are moving, the molecules are in continuous motion, but they are not visible to us. Okay, but if you keep it on the gas, you raise the temperature, okay, you turn the gas on and you raise the temperature, what will happen? The particles, you can see the bubbles there. Okay, means the particles now are in continuous rapid motion, means the kinetic energy of the particles has increased. So why it has increased? Because we have increased the temperature of the these particles. Okay, so this kinetic energy of the molecule, the kinetic energy of the molecule is directly proportional. Directly proportional. This is your direct proportionality sign. Okay, so it is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, directly proportional to temperature. What does it mean? If you raise the temperature of the gas, okay, if you raise the temperature of the gas, then the kinetic energy of the particles will also increase. Means they will move now in rapid motion. Understood? So kinetic energy of the particle is directly dependent on temperature. If you raise the temperature, the kinetic energy of the particles also increases. This was all about your kinetic theory of matter. You have to revise all these 6 points about the tiny particles called molecules, then about the solid state, the particles move about their mean positions, then liquid, they are in continuous motion, and gaseous, they are in rapid continuous motion but in straight lines, and when they strike with the walls of the container, they create the pressure of the gas. Then the kinetic energy, due to their state of motion, the particles consist of kinetic energy, and the last one is your kinetic energy is directly dependent on the temperature. If you raise the temperature, the kinetic energy also increases. So this was all about your kinetic theory of matter. Okay, now we have understood about kinetic theory of matter. Now there are some process which we have done in the interconversion of states of matter. Okay, solid to liquid, liquid to solid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid. Okay, so these all interconversions, now we will study it through kinetic theory of matter. So this is your next topic, how kinetic theory of matter will explain your interconversion of states of matter. Okay, this is on your page number 2. Okay, this is all about how kinetic theory will explain the interconversion of states of matter. So your first interconversion is solid to liquid. Solid to liquid. Okay, now if you are talking about solid to liquid, the change of solid into a liquid state, then that process is termed as your melting. We have all discussed it. Okay, now at the constant temperature at which the solid changes into a liquid, that is termed as your melting point. Now what happens, how we can explain it with the kinetic theory of matter? The solid, the second point which you have studied in this kinetic theory of matter, that was that the molecules in the solid, they are held in their positions, and they are vibrating about their mean positions. Okay, they are just vibrating about their mean positions. Now what you did, you just raise the temperature. Okay, you just raise the temperature, then what will happen? If you raise the temperature, आपने temperature raise किया, now what will happen? The particles will start moving. Okay, they will start leaving their fixed position and they will start moving. और एक ऐसा टाइम आएगा जब वो अपनी fixed positions को छोड़ के they will start separating from each other and they will move apart. Okay, तो वो किस टेम्परेचर पे आएगा? when you are increasing temperature, okay, 0 degree Celsius, 1 degree Celsius, like you are increasing the temperature, और फिर एक ऐसा टेम्परेचर आएगा जहाँ पे particles will leave their fixed position and they will start moving apart from each other, and which is the state of matter. has changed into a liquid, and that constant temperature at which the particles left their fixed positions, that was your melting point. Which temperature? Melting point. Okay, that was your melting point. So at melting point, the solid will completely melt into a liquid. Now, your second interconversion. We have discussed about solid to liquid. Now, your second interconversion is liquid to solid. Okay. So now, what you will do when we are increasing the temperature, the particles were, their state of motion was increasing. Now, we have to decrease the temperature. Then, what will happen? We have studied kinetic theory of matter, that the particles. Okay, the particles or the molecules in the liquid, they are quite far from each other and they are in continuous motion. They are in continuous motion. Okay, now what you will do, you will decrease the temperature. Earlier you have increased the temperature. Okay, now you will decrease the temperature. So we have decreased the temperature. This down arrow is for decreasing the temperature. Now what will happen when you will decrease the temperature? Now the particles will start stopping their motion. They will slow down their motions, and a point will come when they will completely stop their motion and they will fix in their position and they will start vibrating about their new position. Okay, so they will stop their motions. Okay, and when they will stop their motion, they will come closer to each other. They will stop their motions, and a point will come when they will just start vibrating about their mean position. So when the particles vibrate about their mean positions, which state is that? That is your solid state. So if you are decreasing the temperature and the point at which the liquid is changing into a solid state, that is your freezing point. Okay, that is your freezing point. So this is explained through the kinetic theory of matter. Now, next comes your liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. Okay? So when we are talking about liquid to gas, okay, that is your vaporization. The process of change of liquid into a gas, that is your vaporization. Okay? So now when you are changing from liquid to gas, the particles are quite far from each other and they are in continuous motion. Now what you will do, because you are changing from liquid to gas, so when we are going towards the right side. Okay, so what you will do, you will again increase the temperature. This up arrow is for increasing the temperature. Now what will happen when you are increasing the temperature? I just gave you the example of boiling water. Okay, so what will happen? So now what is happening? The particles will start moving rapidly. Okay, they will start moving rapidly. Okay, they will now start moving apart from each other and they will start moving rapidly, and then they will collide with the walls of the container. So which is that state of matter when the particles are rapidly moving and in rapidly continuous motion in straight lines? That is your gaseous state. So when you are increasing the temperature, the liquid is changing into the gaseous state because its kinetic energy is increasing. Its state of motion is increasing. So this is also explained through your kinetic theory of matter. Okay, now comes your gas to liquid. Now next topic is your gas to liquid. Okay, so now is your gas to liquid state. Okay, that is your gas to liquid. Now what is this process called? The process of change of a gas into a liquid, that is termed as your condensation. Okay, so now what happens? Now your particles are very apart from each other and they are continuously moving in random motion. They are in continuous random motion and they are colliding with the walls of the container. So they are in their gaseous state. Okay. Now what happens? Now you will decrease the temperature. Okay. Now you are decreasing the temperature. So when you will decrease the temperature, what happens? The particles will slow down their motion. Okay. They are slowing down their motion. Now what will happen? When they will slow down their motion, a state will come. At a particular state, what will happen? Now the particles will now move in a lesser motion, okay, and they will be at quite farther distance moving. Means that distance will decrease. So now they are in which state of matter? They are now interconversions, you can explain it in very easy language. Okay, that is through kinetic theory of matter. These 4 interconversions you can explain through interconversions of matters. Okay, now we will discuss about conditions of the change of state differ. What are the conditions that differ a state from another state? That also differs. Like for the boiling point for water is 100 degrees Celsius. Like if you will raise the temperature to 100 degrees Celsius, then only the water will start boiling. Okay, but for methanol it is just 78 degrees Celsius. So the state of the conditions for the state, they always differ. Okay, so the boiling points, melting points, freezing points, they are different for the different matters. That was all. Now the next topic in this chapter is very important, and that is your law of conservation of mass. Okay, so the next topic is law of conservation of mass. So what does this law state? This law of conservation of mass states that mass of the reactants, total mass of the reactants will be always equal to total mass of the products. Okay, total mass of reactants is always equal to total mass of products. So what does this signify? What does this statement signify? That total mass of the reactant is always equal to total mass of product. It means the matter is neither created nor destroyed. Matter को आप ना create कर सकते हो ना destroy कर सकते हो. It can only be changed from one form to another or one state to another. You can just change it from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid. You can just change it from one state to another, but it can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, so we can take one example of physical change and one example of chemical change in this. First one, physical change. If you are changing the state of water into an ice, what will happen if you will weigh water of the beaker, okay, and then you will weigh ice? So the mass will not change. The mass of the water will always be equal to the mass of the ice. So this was about your physical change. Now if we talk about chemical change, if you are burning paper, okay, so what are your reactants for this? What are your reactants? Paper, okay, and because you are burning it, okay, so that there will be oxygen. So paper, weight of paper plus oxygen, that will be your reactants. Now when you have burned the paper, what will be the products? The ash of the paper. Now paper will change into an ash, okay, and some carbon dioxide will also be liberated. So the total mass of the product will be ash, this weight of ash plus carbon dioxide. So the total mass of the reactant, paper plus oxygen, is equal to the ash and carbon dioxide if you will weight it. Okay, so these were your examples about physical and chemical changes of the state, this law of conservation of mass. Now the next topic in your syllabus in law of conservation of mass is you have been given an experiment on the law of conservation of mass to explain it. What they have done is they have taken two chemicals, okay, that is your barium chloride and sodium sulfate. Okay, so how will you write barium chloride and sodium sulfate? They are your Na2SO4. This is your sodium sulfate. Then barium chloride, BaCl2. So these are your reactants for the process, for the experiment. So sodium sulfate, that is your Na2SO4, and barium chloride, that is your BaCl2. So these are the reactants. They have taken a beaker, they have taken some sodium sulfate in that, and in a small small container they have taken barium chloride. Now what they have done, they have tilted the beaker. So when they have tilted the beaker, that barium chloride and sodium sulfate will mix and they will form a precipitate. Okay, so now what they are forming is this Na and Cl will mix together and Ba and SO4 will mix together. Okay, so they are forming the products BaSO4 plus NaCl, that is your salt. BaSO4 and NaCl. So if you will this products of NaSO4 and PeCl2. Okay, if just think if they are coming 100 grams, total 100 grams. Okay, total 100 grams, and after the experiment, if you weigh the precipitate and the leftover material, okay, if you will weigh this, then they will also come of 100 grams. So the total mass of the reactant is always equal to the total mass of the product. This was your law of conservation of mass. The matter is neither created nor destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another or one state to another. Understood? That was all in this chapter. Okay, now in next video I will just give you the question answers, the exercises, and we will do a quick revision about the chapter. Till then, bye, keep on revising. Okay, we will meet in the next video.